So I would put that right on my eyelid and just think that I was gorgeous. I thought that my drag was, oh, the best. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Welcome to Trashpop, digital universe, where you can be anybody in the world. You can live your life here on the internet. Be who you are, share a pic, baby, now you're set.
Hi everyone, it's your girl, the lead singer, the visual of Trashpop, Priscilla Cybin. I'm Priscilla Cybin, one half of Trashpop, a drag queen pop band that makes fun little videos here on YouTube.com. You might be asking today, why does she have one eyebrow covered? Is her mental health okay? And the truth is it's not. Thanks for asking. But I have one eyebrow covered today because we are doing a very, very fun video that was inspired by Luna. I am going to do one half of my face the way I used to do my drag makeup back at the very beginning, almost 7 years ago. And the other half, I'm going to do my current drag routine, and we're gonna see the difference, how much improvement I've made or not made. I'm really excited to see how this turns out. I haven't tried doing my older techniques in so long. I don't even have some of the products that I used to use, so we're gonna improvise a little bit. But I'm very excited to see how this turns out because I'm guessing that my current makeup is going to be a lot better. Because my motto is always that makeup is a journey and you never stop learning, you keep getting better, things get more interesting. And so I think this video will be a testament to how much Priscilla Cybin has grown. Let's start with the good side, the fresh side, the newest side. I never used to use primers when I started out as a drag queen, and I started using them recently. Honestly, I don't really see that much of a difference, at least with this Wet n Wild primer. I think it's because I put just too much foundation on already because I'm a drag queen, so this like dewy primer doesn't really come through, but I've been using it anyways. So we're gonna start with that on this side. And I think like this primer would work really well if I was doing just like natural makeup, because it does give you a nice like dewy looking glow from within. And then this side, of course, no primer. I did not use primer. If I had to describe my drag style back then, it was cheap. I was not able to afford expensive makeup. I was just grabbing shit off the rack, grabbing the cheapest foundation I could find, the cheapest eyeshadow, and like trying to make that work. Now, of course, I'm able to afford a little better makeup. I like to try new things, and I think it's really helped my drag. Not to say that I couldn't do a full drag look with drugstore makeup, because I'm pretty sure I could. Currently, I'm using Juvia's Place foundation, so we're gonna stick to that and use the Juvia's Place on the left side. Probably the right side for you guys. And like I was saying, we use a lot of foundation. I am a drag queen, so I like to lay it on. I just got this new beauty sponge from Morphe because I really needed a new one, and oh my god, it's so nice. It feels so good. And it's really laying in the product so nicely. Wow. You'd be surprised, like if you're just starting out with makeup, you'd be surprised what a difference good makeup tools can make. Like sometimes I think more than spending money on expensive products, spend money on the tools, brushes and blenders, because like that is gonna almost help you even more. And somewhere in the middle, all the makeup's gonna meet and look weird, but that's what I signed up for today. So, oh my god, I'm so impressed with this beauty blender. Wait up till you see what I'm about to do. It's tragic. And now, on the other side, starting out, we did not use beauty blenders or brushes when we first started out. Luna and I just used our fingers because, I mean, that's what I always saw my mom doing, so I didn't think that you needed like a brush to like apply foundation. And I mean, don't get me wrong, your fingers work really well for some things, but like, not foundation. But sticking true to my older self, we are gonna go in with my fingers and apply the foundation on this side. And to be true to my old self, I am going to use this Wet n Wild foundation. It's pretty similar to what I would have used back in the day. And now, no blender, just our fingers. I'm gonna go right in there and blend that out. That brings back memories. That brings back memories. Can't believe this is what we used to do. This doesn't blend at all. It's just like smearing on my skin instead of blending. Oh my God. Oh my God, this is so streaky. Maybe like this. I did not do this back then, but to try to save the look. All right, it doesn't look horrible, but that's what we did back then. We just went in straight with our fingers and applied makeup that way. I don't know why we did that, but we did. Now getting onto this side, I would typically go ahead and now and do highlight and contour. And I use Juvia's Place highlight. That way I cover up these eye bags. Of course, not going over to the other side because I did not use highlighter back then. I didn't use concealer at all. So we're not gonna use any concealer on that side. I know. What was I doing back then? Who taught me how to do makeup? I don't even know. We didn't have as many makeup tutorials back then, you guys. We didn't have as many beauty gurus to help us. There was like one maybe. And so we really were out there just trying to figure out how to do this on our own. It's weird doing this just on one side. And then for concealer, I usually do go in a little bit more with the more opaque concealer and just really get into that inner corner of my eye where I get some of the worst discoloration. On this side, I use a liquid contour usually and a brush. Although lately I've been using just a beauty blender, so I will actually stick to that. And we do contour here and under the cheek, and then just blend that out with the beauty blender. I've been going a lot lighter lately on my contour on the cheek, and I've been enjoying that. Before I was like very harsh, but now I kind of like this like very like lighter but still there kind of contour. It's been like the mood lately. And then here, I just blend this out. And then I'll typically take a little bit just under the chin to kind of contour that. Because one of you told me I had a really sharp jawline and now I'm self-conscious. And so I'm always careful to do that. Okay, this side, no concealer. I did contour though. And I would usually use a stick contour, and I don't have one of those. So to kind of mimic that, what I'm gonna do is like blend poorly because I did not have a beauty blender and I had poor blending techniques. So I basically would do a line of cream like that, and then basically just like a line like that. Like that's already too blended for what my makeup was like, but we're just trying to emulate it here. And then on this side, same thing. Barely blended, just a line. Nowadays, I kind of do this certain angle, and back in the day, I just did a straight line. So my nose is gonna look all kinds of weird today. And then here, just a straight line. Oh my God, that is actually just how I used to do it. Like literally straight line, not blended. This is perfect for my old makeup. On the way I do my makeup now, we really blend out that line. But you see what I mean about I do it at kind of an angle because I like thinner at the bottom and I like it to go wider at the top. So then I'll usually go with my beauty blender just to soften that out a little bit more because I don't know, I think I'm in my makeup journey, I'm moving away from harsher lines, so I've been blending things a lot. This side, we're not gonna blend because that's really how I did it. That is really how I did it. Now, one thing that hasn't changed is using setting powder. Though I did not used to use loose setting powder, I used a compact and I don't have one of those anymore. I pretty much always set my face. Or way back in the beginning, I didn't set it, but then I learned quickly that you needed to, and so I would, especially under the eye. So I'm gonna do a lot of setting there. And then for the other side, I'm gonna dip into a white eyeshadow and kind of big underneath with that because we used a very like brightening powder back in the day. I'm gonna do that in the spirit of my old makeup. We are getting ready to do some eyeshadow, which is definitely a journey. But before I do that, I want to finish drawing my brow. So that is pretty much how I would draw my brow on. And then I would just take my powder puff and set that with some powder. That's pretty much how I do my brows now. Once I've got the brow going, I will also go in and deepen those contours as well with some powder. And I definitely did not do this before. Like, this is new, so I'm not gonna do it on the other side. But it especially has been nice for me because I'm, like I said, working on softening lines. So the powder kind of just helps soften everything a little bit more. Just softening everything a little bit. She's not drinking coffee today, she's drinking iced green tea. And then, because I'm extra, and because I love a good brow, I go in with a white lipstick or a white concealer, and I go underneath. Because I really like to cut that brow, and I just blend it out a little bit. And that brow is ready to go. All right. And this is the moment where she starts to feel herself. One last thing on this side, since I have my white lipstick out already, I've also been doing this pretty much all the time with my makeup, and that is to draw a little white underneath. And this is just a fun way that you can extend your eye, make your eye look bigger, especially from the stage, from far away. And there we go, that is that. Now for the other side, I just used a dark eyeshadow to draw in my brow. Did not think that I needed to cover my brow at all, not at that time. And so all I would do back then is take a dark brown eyeshadow and an angled brush, and I would just go in and fill my brow that way, trying my hardest to make it look more angled and more cunty than it really was. This is giving me flashbacks. And then I have like very thin eyebrow hairs in the center, so I would like get a lighter shade just to do a little bit of an ombre, and I would draw it closer in where the light hairs are, and then just kind of blend it out. That way my eyebrows looked fuller and just like bigger than they actually were. And that is very much an old Priscilla eyebrow. Now let's talk about eyeshadow, because obviously the way I do my makeup now is very intense. I love dramatic big lines. So we are going to start with eyeliner to sketch out our shape. We're gonna go far and big. And on the other side, well, you just wait and see. So that is very much how I do my eyeliner today. I like dramatic wings. I don't fill it in all the way because I think it's a waste of eyeliner when you're covering your entire lid in eyeliner like I do, because I have hooded eyes. You don't wanna waste expensive eyeliner, so I just go in afterwards with some black eyeshadow and make it look cute. Right now, Priscilla has been loving pinks and purple shades, so we are definitely gonna dip in with a nice pinky shade and start with this side. Now we're just gonna deepen those out. Now we'll switch to a finer brush just to really get the details going. I'm gonna dip into a purpley shade. We'll dip back into our blending brush and just kind of blend some of those lines out a little bit more. And then of course, we'll dip into our black shade and finish covering up that eyeshadow. We're just gonna smoke that out ever so slightly with the black. Ooh. Then we're going to cut our crease, which today is gonna look like that. And we're gonna put a little shimmer shade there to really make it pop. Now, typically what I would do next for that eye is just brush off my excess powder, and then I would go back and just clean up any lines that might have messed up in the process. So my eyeliner, but that is how I do my eye on this side. Now let's go and show how I used to do my eyeshadow. on this side. This is not gonna take nowhere near as long. And I actually don't have any like old cheap palettes, which is what I definitely would have used. I have much nicer palettes now, so just imagine way less pigment because that's definitely what it was. So what I would do is take a brown, almost always, and I would do a crease. And of course, like I said, I have hooded eyes, and I think I mentioned in another video that I used to do nice eyeshadow that you just couldn't see because of the way my eyes creased. So I didn't really understand how to do my own makeup back then. I would do a crease right where my natural crease is, so like here. No eyeshadow primer or anything either. I didn't believe in any of that. So I would do a crease, typically would carry it down into here as well, and it was never that blended, but this looks pretty similar. I'd have my crease, and then I would pick a pretty shimmer shade, something that was obviously cheap, and I would take that little cheap shimmer shade and just put her on that eyelid and think that I was just the most beautiful thing that's ever walked the earth. So I would put that right on my eyelid and just think that I was gorgeous. I thought that my drag was, oh, the best. You couldn't tell me nothing. She was just like the moment, you know? And then I got into doing my little inner corner highlights too. So she would always have a nice shimmery inner corner. And you could not tell her nothing because that inner corner was shimmery. And then that was it for eyeshadow. Then she would take her eyeliner, which I don't have it anymore. I never used liquid eyeliner. I used like the pull up or twist up stick eyeliner, and I would do my little wings, and they were so pretty. And that wing was like this. Just imagine like much smudgier eyeliner. It was never this sharp. And then down here too. I did always like this though. I would always go in on the waterline with the black, and I always thought my eyes did look pretty that way. Just wasn't very like drag queeny. So that's basically how I would do my eye. That's just like, this is like triggering on this side, it's so funny. I would do blush, and I actually did blush always on the old makeup too. I loved blush, and I would use the pinkest blush. Like Luna and I were obsessed for a while. So on my makeup now, I do a nice touch of blush. Depending on the look, sometimes I'll go in a little bit harder. I've been digging like a nice peachy blush lately, so. And then of course on the other side, I would use blush, always bright pink, and basically in a line straight down my face. Very harsh. Oh my God, I hope I have pictures because I would do the harshest blush. That was like the thing for me. And then lipstick. Lipstick. Oh my God. Okay, I don't have it anymore, but on the old side, I would use a pink lipstick. It came in a tube. I never used liquid lipsticks, so that's where this makeup video is gonna go wrong because I only have liquid lipsticks now, but I would do a pink. It was a cream lipstick, push-up satin finish, and I loved that lipstick. I use that lipstick all the time. So in the spirit of that, we're gonna use a pink lipstick for the whole look, but I'm gonna do it different on both sides. So the way I do my makeup now is I usually do like a kind of like an ombre lip. So on this side, I'm gonna draw, and this is what I do. I overdraw my lip a lot. I like those big drag lips, and then blend it in. That is how I would do my lip on that side. On this side, I used to overdraw my lips a little bit, so we will overdraw, but more than anything, what she used to do was take a bright shimmery highlight and put that all over the lip. You couldn't tell me nothing. I'm not kidding, I was obsessed with a frosted lip, and honestly, kind of still am. That would be pretty much it for that side. Like, I wouldn't spray my face, like I don't use setting powder, or no, I don't use like a spray. I've been using a spray lately now on this side, so I am gonna do that. A nice dewy finish. Let that dry for a second. And then what I do is go in with a highlight because I love the way it looks after you've put on a setting spray. It kind of creates this shield and it lets the highlight sit so much better on your face. So, oh yeah. And really highlight that face. And then I think we're only missing one finishing touch for this look, and that is an eyelash. When I was a baby drag queen doing this kind of makeup, I never wore eyelashes. Luna is the one who finally convinced me to start wearing eyelashes, but back in the day, I just wouldn't do it. Like, I didn't want to wear them, and I didn't think that they did anything. Like, I thought it was kind of pointless to wear an eyelash. So I never wore eyelashes, and yeah, crazy, I know. Now I love eyelashes. I would never be seen in drag without an eyelash. So we are 100% going to wear an eyelash on the good side, what I'm calling the good side, because you see. I would sometimes wear mascara. Eventually Luna talked me into eyelashes and I would wear like a little baby lash, but never something big and bold like this, never. All right, now I'm gonna go change into my outfit. I have something very special for the final reveal, so be sure to stay tuned. Welcome back. So this is the final look, almost. This is kind of what I would wear now. A nice sparkly dress, a wig. It's not the best wig, but I would usually like brush it or try to style it a little bit. Not for today's video though, because I'm lazy. But this is kind of how I would go out. Of course, this side, not this side. But I have something really special to share with all of you, and that is my very first wig. This is my very first wig that I've ever owned for drag. Her name is Shangela. I named her that because she was fierce, like she used to be fierce. I mean, now it's kind of offensive actually. Probably should change her name because this wig is just an absolute mess. I've had it for like 8 years, but I kind of wanted to like bring this wig out today and try something with it so you could really get the full new Priscilla, old Priscilla experience. So just a moment here. All right, everyone, welcome back. This is the final look. This is my crazy, wild, old wig. I loved the trash aesthetic for the longest time, especially after this wig got really gross. And I kind of live for it still. I just don't really use this wig as much for that because it is kind of crazy and I'd have to like stack it and pin it now. But this is like the good side. This is how I do my drag makeup now. Very fierce, very sickening, very that. And this is my old makeup, like very tiny. I don't know how good my video lighting was, so I just want to make sure that you really get to see the difference on each side. You can actually tell the difference in the foundation. You can tell the difference in the application. It's quite the change on both sides. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed recreating the old look compared to my new look. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope I've convinced you to do so. So go ahead and click the subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we create new videos. I'm Priscilla Cybin, one half of Trashpop, and Trashpop is gonna make the world pop. Bye!